Hello students, good morning. Welcome to my last lecture for this chapter number 8, transition and inner transition elements. In the previous lecture we have studied about application of actinoids. Now today we are going to study about similarities and differences between lanthanides and actinides. Now see, first we will see similarities. Now you know that lanthanides shows oxidation state of +2, +3 and +4, but actinide shows +3, +4, +5, +6 and +7. That means they show common oxidation state, that is +3 oxidation state. In both the series, f orbitals are filled gradually. You know that in lanthanides 4f subshell is filled and in actinides 5f subshell is filled. That means f orbitals are filled gradually. Now come to the ionic radius of the elements in both the series decreases with an increase in atomic number. You know that in modern periodic table, when you move from left to right, the atomic size or ionic radius goes on decreasing. So here ionic radius of the elements in both the series decreases with an increase in atomic number. Now next, the electronegativity of all the elements in both the series is low and are said to be highly reactive. Now see, nitrates, perchlorates and sulfates of all the elements are what? Soluble, while hydroxides, fluorides, carbonates are insoluble. You remember this point also. These are all similarities between lanthanides and actinoids. Now come to the differences. Now see the differences between lanthanides and actinides. Lanthanide shows a maximum oxidation state of +4, but actinide shows oxidation state of +3, +4, +5, +6 and +7. Lanthanides do not form complexes easily, while actinoids they have greater tendency to form complexes with ligands such as thioethers. Means lanthanides do not form complexes, but actinoids can form complexes. You remember also this. All lanthanides are non-radioactive except promethium. You know that in lanthanides promethium is included, and that promethium is what? Radioactive, and other lanthanides are what? Non-radioactive, but in actinides all the elements are radioactive in nature. Lanthanides do not form oxocation, but actinides form oxocation like UO2, UO plus, PuO plus, NPO2 plus. These are called what? Oxocations. Most of the lanthanides are what? Colorless, but all the actinides are colored ions. This is about what? Differences between lanthanides and actinoids. Now we are going to study comparison between pre-transition metals, lanthanoids and transition metals. Pre-transition metals means what? They come before transition metals. They may be S-block elements, and S-block elements include alkali metals and alkaline earth metals. See the first point. Essentially monovalent show group N plus 1 oxidation state. If you consider alkali metals, then they show +1 oxidation state. If you consider alkaline earth metals, then they show +2 oxidation state. Now come to lanthanoids. Lanthanoid shows +2, +3, +4 oxidation state. Now see transition metals. They are what? D block elements, and they show variable oxidation state because they contain incompletely filled d orbitals. Now come to the second point. That is what? Periodic trends dominated by effective nuclear charge at noble gas configuration. This is simple that pre-transition metals having large size as compared to noble gas elements. Now see lanthanoids. Lanthanoid contraction of Ln 3 plus. That already we have discussed about that. Now come to the transition metals. Size changes of Mn plus ion less marked. Less marked means what? It is comparable. It is what? Comparable. And therefore they can form what? Transition metal can form what? Alloys. Now come to third. Come to pre-transition metals. They show similar properties for a given group. It may be group 1 or group 2. They show similar properties. Now we come to lanthanoids. In this, if we move from lanthanum to lutetium, they show similar properties. Now come to transition metals. Substantial changes in the properties. If we move down the group, then you get what? 3D, 4D and 5D series element, 6D series element, and they show what? Substantial changes in their properties. Now come to pre-transition metals. They are what? Always hard. They can form oxides, halides and nitrides with electronegative elements like oxygen, halogen and nitrogen. Again similar properties shown by lanthanoids. Now come to heavier metals. Heavier metals show what? Soft character. Pre-transition metals, see here, no Lee-Jant field effect because they do not form coordination compounds. Here insignificant Lee-Jant field effect means they show Lee-Jant field effect, but it is not real, or it cannot be seen really. And transition metals, they show substantial Lee-Jant field effect means they can form complexes, and that is real effect. Now come to the next point. Pre-transition metals show poor coordination properties. That means what? They do not form coordination compounds. But lanthanoids, they have high coordination number, and that means they can form coordination compound, but not with a simple Lee-Jant. They require special type of Lee-Jant, then only they can form complex compound. Now next is what? See, in transition metals, coordination number is 6. It is typical maximum, and they can form complexes. Now see next, flexibility in geometry. They show variation in the geometry. Here also flexibility in geometry, but means geometry can be changed in pre-transition metals. In lanthanoids, geometry is also changed, but here in transition metals, geometry is what? Fixed. In pre-transition metals, no magnetism. Lanthanoids show magnetism. Lanthanoids are what? Paramagnetic. We are going to study post-actinoid elements. Here it is what? Actinoids. After that, the elements having atomic number 104 to elements having atomic number 118. These are what? Post-actinoid elements. And see, the elements after uranium. See here uranium having atomic number 92. After uranium, there are different elements: neptunium, plutonium, americium, etc. up to lawrencium. These are called as what? Transuranic elements. These are called post-actinoid elements because they show similar properties to actinoid elements, and they can be synthesized. These elements can be synthesized by what? Nuclear reaction. You remember, element having atomic number 112 has a half-life of only 2.8 into 10 raised to 4 seconds. With a half-life of milliseconds, only a little is known about the chemistry of these elements. You remember this Rutherfordium forms a chloride, that is RFCl4, similar to zirconium and hafnium in the +4 oxidation state. Similarly, dubnium resembles to both group 5 transition metals, niobium and actinoids protactinium. They show what? Plus 5 oxidation state. Traditionally, no element was named after still living scientists. This principle was put to an end with naming the element of 106 as seaborgium. So, this is the end of this chapter. All the best for your exam. Thank you very much. चला पाठवून नंतर बघूया कटिंग कसा आवाज येतो का बघ.